Listen, I got a message today that definitely blessed my heart, my mind, and my soul today. And it may or may not help you, but let me tell you, listen and listen clear. Okay? If you do not sacrifice for what you want will absolutely become the sacrifice. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are visiting for the very first time, my name is Crystal. I'm your results and transformation coach. And on this channel, I talk about faith, fitness, and focus. Just focusing on becoming the best version of ourselves. And I'm learning, normally I'm looking to like have all the things and so forth and so on. But let me just shout out, and I know I shouted her out before, but I'm really inspired and she has really blessed me way more than she know. I'm like, you're my secret sister, Miss Yolanda Moore. Just opening up, allowing God to use you and just talk. It doesn't have to be perfect. And it's so crazy because I say, I'm perfectly imperfect, working on my perfection, and with God all things are possible. And when that message came earlier, like, Crystal, if you don't sacrifice for what you want is going to become the sacrifice. I literally sat and I, went down memory lane thinking over the last 10 years of, different pursuits, different activities, different challenges, different goals, different life happenings, if you will. And I'm like, geez, sometimes I'll talk about me. I can talk about me. And like I say all the time, take what you want, leave what you don't. But sometimes we can be so consumed with other things that we can't hear God. You ever like have a vision and you see like what he had for you and where he wants you to go, but you're so busy doing all these other things that you don't have clarity, you don't have like a straight line, a straight direct line to him 24/7. I don't know if it's me becoming more seasoned because I said we're not old, we're just seasoned, right? That I really want more, and the more that I want, the more I want it to be a part of him. And what I mean by that, I've always been a person that had goals, had dreams, always loved challenges. I love to be challenged. But now I'm in this part of my life where I'm about to walk into 50, right? I'm so grateful for God allowing me to live this long because I have family members and I have friends and I have siblings that I thought would be here today and are not. So I will never take this air that we breathe for granted. And it's very easy that when you get sidetracked and you're going day by day to forget those little things. And I'm like, man, I clearly saw like some of the things that I wanted to achieve and do, why they did not happen. And I'm literally in a season of like, I'm opening up my arms and I'm like, Lord, show me, lead me, guide me, and give me the power, the strength, and the faith to follow through with whatever you tell me to do. Because it's one thing to have the goals, it's one thing to write them down, and it's a whole nother thing to actually open up your ear to hear from him and then to do exactly what it is that he say to do. For whatever reason, you ever like sit and just like do a self-evaluation and you're like, dang, where I am right now, I know he got more for me. But why am I not like achieving it or receiving those other things? And this is where you get to put the ball in your court. This is where you get to do a self-evaluation. This is where you get to put all the responsibility, and I don't want to say blame, but all the responsibility and why you are where you are on yourself. Because we are great as a people to blame it on the kids, or we got the husband, or we got the jobs, or we got the careers, or we got the businesses, or we got the day-to-day, or we got the response. It's real easy. We got, still going. We got lists of why and who and when. But we really in this moment get to stop and take responsibility for where you are. And the amazing thing about like taking responsibility is like, one, you're recognizing where you are. And don't get me wrong, some people are going to do this and you're probably like, girl, this video ain't for me because I've got and have and am everything that you want in your heart desire. Great, then this isn't for you. But maybe you know somebody that you can share this word with, because we all have different levels and we all have different seasons in our life. And this is just a season that I'm in. And I'm like, man, I'm just like, Lord, just, like I said, where I am is not where I'm supposed to be. And you feel really uncomfortable when you're in a space that you know that there's more for you. And it's not all about the bells and the whistles and the money and the fame and the tangible things, because I'm under the belief that when your spirit is right, that's your foundation. Sometimes we work it backwards, where we go for the career and we go for the businesses and we go for the jobs and we go for the relationships and we go for all the things and investments, right? But what I know for sure, one thing for sure, and two things for certain, is that whatever we build, when we build it on God, it is rock solid. And then even with that, all of my prayers is like, Lord, whatever I am hoping for, wishing for, desiring, if it's not your will for me, please remove it from my heart, my mind, and my soul. Because, y'all, I'm just one of those people that, once I get together and I write it down, I'm pressing forward until I achieve it. So it's like, okay, what in this season do I get to sacrifice so that what it is that I want and my goals won't be sacrificed? So I literally went to him and, in our group, we talked about prayer. There's no one way to pray to God. You literally could be standing up talking to him. You can get on your knees. I like to roll out of my bed. Sometimes I'm in the bathroom. The goal is to make sure you communicate. And then, when you communicate, just ask him to give you the ear to hear. Because sometimes we as a people will pray, we'll talk, and we don't hear from him because we're not really ready to receive. So I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. I'm like, look, girl, some things I got to sacrifice. There's some things I'm holding on to, connected to, that is not God's will for me. And I'm really, like I said before, throwing my hands up like, Lord, whatever it is that you don't, that I'm holding on to, give me the strength and the power to disconnect from it. Because it's powerful when you say it in a video, right? Or when you're in a group of people or you're standing on stage and you say it. But it's a whole nother walk, and it's a whole nother thing when you're in a room by yourself, just you and you, or you and God. And now you have to show up. Those words that you said, you have to put them into action. And I'm just so hungry for more. I'm hungry for God. I'm hungry just to rebuild this. When you turn 50, right? Our days on the other side, now don't get me wrong, because God is God and that's what he do. And I'm praying that he allow me to live till I'm 100, right? In my right minds. But it's like, now it's go time. So I get to sit, and I'll share more later today. I'm like, just the writing is on the wall. I can see where I erred and when I went left, when I should have went right, and just some of the things he had for me to do. And y'all, when I tell you, the thought of some of these things, my heart is like, whoo, whoo, whoo. But the other side of that fear is like, I have this thing where I'm afraid to die with all this greatness that God put inside of me. And I don't want y'all later to be like, oh yeah, she had an amazing YouTube channel, right? And she inspired the women and she talked about all the things that she was going to do with God, and none of it happened because I didn't live maybe I lived long enough to make it happen, but I never got into action. So I'm super excited. Had a little song earlier I put on my shorts. Jesus will work it out. How you gonna pay your rent? All your money is spent, right? Baby need a pair of shoes. Look, you got a light bill due. He has never left us nor forsaked us. So, man, all we have is all we need. But I just wanted to share that, like, don't allow what you want to be sacrificed. Let me say that better. Don't allow what your desires are and what God will is for you to be sacrificed because you're not willing to sacrifice the other things. So with that being said, you have the most amazing day. Remember, every day is day one. When we as a people be committed to becoming 1% better with God, like, we're going to make it. So those of you that have a word of prayer, just pray for me. Pray for my strength. My name is Crystal Carey. They call me Lil Baller. Pray for my strength. Pray for my vision. Pray for my faith. Just pray that, I become all and do all that God had for me. And then in, the workings of that, all the things that my heart desire that is in his will come to fruition. Pray that I stay vulnerable. Pray that I continue to walk even when I can't see in front of the next step, just knowing that God is going to be there, because that literally is what it's about. And again, I'm learning to just, like, when he puts something in your heart, it's okay just to push the button and record. I got my scarf on. I'm about to ride on my bike. But Miss Yolanda, girl, I love you. I just love watching you and all the things that you are desiring. I'm praying for you. I'm calling your name out. Sisterhood, this is what it takes. Each of us need all of us, and all of us need each of us. It's nice when we can work together as a people, knowing that there's a lot of room at the top for all of us. So I love you guys. Have the most amazing day ever, and I will talk to you soon.